Hello everybody, I'm going to be doing a quick review for you today of the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Cream Foundation. Now, I have been using this for close to a week now, I guess. And I am super excited to talk to you guys about it. First off, I am using my phone camera. My regular camera had some damage to it, so it's going to have to be shipped off for warranty work, but I will be using my trusty phone camera until I get that camera fixed. First off, you should notice that this is a really heavy container. I mean, it's a paperweight. See that? It's 0.8 ounces, and so you can see that it only uses a little bit of the jar up. And I mean, it's a nice amount, but the packaging really sucks on this. At least I think it does. It's just, I think it's made to look more expensive, and I guess it does. It's heavy. It's not ideal to travel with, but I traveled with it to Louisiana and back anyway, and just dealt with the weight. As you can see, the color inside the jar is really hard to figure out. You can't really hold it to your face or to your wrist to get any kind of idea. Now, I lucked out. I got number 150, which is buff, and I just picked that one because that is the color on a lot of drugstore foundations that seems to work for me. So I lucked out. I got a color very close to my skin tone, and yeah, it's very heavy, and it's not really easy to tell, so I totally recommend buying this like at a drugstore or any place that has a good return policy, and taking it back until you do find the right shade for you. CVS, you can take it right back, opened and used, and tell them you got the wrong shade and that you want to exchange it. You don't even have to have your receipt, and you can go just exchange it for another color and keep doing that until you get your right color. You didn't make it this way, so you shouldn't have to suffer with the wrong color. Speaking of color, before I get more into this review, the display, which I did not take pictures of, but I will, had a picture of Holly Berry on it. And on that display were, I think, if I'm right, like 6 different shades. Not one of those shades would have worked for her skin tone, which I kind of thought sucked. The website, I believe, says they have 16 shades. Well, they're not very available in this area. They only had like 6, so I just thought that sucked. Anyway, I'm doing this one-handed because of my camera issue, and I'm not having anybody film for me. It came with this little plastic insert, and I should have kept that. Looking back on it now, I should have kept it. It keeps it a little bit cleaner in the lid, but I don't really care about that. I just don't. Do you see? It's a very wet, trying to get better in the light, a very wet kind of cream. Now, you can see my little stippling marks because I used a brush, just dipping the brush down in it. And you have to be light-handed or you'll get way too much of this stuff. It says that it's semi-matte, and I think for me, I have dry skin. This really does work well. Let me tell you what the website says. One quick second. Okay, it says, finally, truly decadent makeup that offers ultimate performance. The mousse-like texture feels like silk on your skin, and then the time-release formula balances skin for a flawless look. All-day flexible wear without flaking, caking, or feeling heavy. Buildable to full coverage for flawless skin. Soft matte finish all day long. Withstands heat and humidity, with great for summer. Comes in 16 beautiful shades. Okay, that's the website, Revlon's description and information on this foundation. Now, let me show you a swatch. One quick second. Okay, you can see how shiny it is and how it looks. Let me just come in. All right, let me blend it in. And it really just blends in, like they said, like silk. I have to tell you that I am totally impressed with this foundation. First off, I think that it goes on really, really well. I'm trying to get this on one-handed, and it's just not that easy. There we go. It blends super, super easy. It works really well and stays all day long. Now, I applied this early, and last night, like 10 hours later, it was still on, and it looked really, really good. It's very buildable. In whatever problem areas I have, I usually build them up just a little bit. I do one thin layer of it and then build up on the problem areas that I need a little more coverage. I really don't powder this down. Now, I don't think it's a semi-matte. I don't think it's it's a very vaguely matte. You can't hardly tell that it's matte. Very vaguely. It's barely there. I don't like matte foundations that much anymore. I like more the dewy look, and this fits right into that. And it has just a hint of a little bit of powder to it, but not much, very little. I use a cream blush over this. It looks amazing. This totally photographs really, really well. I'm just shocked by it. Now, it was $15, so it is pricey for a drugstore foundation. I'm not too fond of that either, but I'm sure that I'll put coupons on the blog, and you'll be able to find this on sale and give it a shot. Again, I don't really like the packaging. I think they could have done better with it. And when I apply this, I use my fingers and a brush. I usually blend in a little bit more with my fingers, and I use a brush, and it's a small stippling brush from Real Techniques, and I just pop it right into the pot and pick up very little. I try to be really light-handed with it, and then I just stipple it again into whatever areas I need more coverage. So, thumbs up to Revlon for this great foundation. I really, really like it. If you have oily skin, I still think it will work for you. I think it will work for all skin types. If you're more used to a really powdered down face, then go ahead, add some powder to it. For me, I don't need powder with this unless it's like a really hot day. And I have been outside with the kids quite a bit since buying this, and it really does hold up well in the heat. I think this is a perfect summer foundation that is a drugstore foundation. It's a little pricey, but their drugstore foundations are getting much better, and sometimes it's just best to pay a little extra and get a good one. I don't think you're going to be disappointed with this. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. You can always leave me a comment below. You can check out my blog at kjaggers.com. It's going to take me a day or so to get the blog post done, but I will get a blog post and link it back at the bottom for this foundation. You can contact me at mrskeshajaggers@gmail.com. And thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.